Are you new to the sneaker game and worried about your shoes creasing like this? Trust me, a lot of people are. In today's video, I'm gonna be going over 5 different Jordan models that are known for creasing soon as you wear them. That way you guys have a better understanding on what you're getting yourself into when you go to purchase a new shoe. And if you guys didn't know by now, my name is DJ and this is the DNA show. So the first thing that I need to address when we start this video is we're always gonna have the people in the comment section talking about, oh, it doesn't matter, crease your shoes, they're meant to be worn. I completely understand that. But on the other hand, people wanna take care of their shoes. People wanna clean their shoes. They wanna worry about the creasing and make sure that the shoe is able to last for the long haul. That way they don't have to worry about spending X amount of dollars on another new retro when they know that they could already take care of the pair that they have. So there's obviously gonna be polar opposites when it comes to people's opinions, but I can guarantee you a lot of people have frustrations when it comes to creasing on these particular shoes. Throughout this process in the video, I'm going to also be giving you guys quick tips and tricks for each and every model of sneaker. That way you guys have a better understanding on how to rock it or how to store it and prevent those creases in the long haul. So a lot of people talk about the Air Jordan 1 and their problems with this shoe creasing, and obviously everybody loves the Air Jordan 1, so it completely makes sense, but I'm not really fully putting this one on the list simply because we know this is kind of a no-brainer and everybody talks about this one, but we always get the creasing across the toe cap or the creasing on here on the back end around the heel. And if you guys want me to make a more full dedicated video around the creasing around this shoe in particular, especially how to prevent the creasing on the back end, let me know and I can make a video for that. Also stick around to the end of the video for a bonus sneaker on the list to see what Jordan model I think is the most hated and the worst creasing model out of all of these. So I had already made the list of the 5 sneakers that I wanted to present to you guys in today's video, but I also posted a poll on Instagram to see what everybody else thinks as well, just because I know everybody has different frustrations and their feet are shaped differently and there's creasing depending on how people wear their shoes and stuff. So I was interested to see what everybody said on the 3 Jordan retros that they have the most problems when it comes to creasing. So as you can see right here, just from scrolling a little bit, there's definitely people having different problems with different retros, and there's a lot of commonalities as well, and you'll probably see some of those on this list. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you follow me on IG so you can participate in all the polls and see all the results here on the channel. Now let's get into the first shoe. First up, we have the Air Jordan 11, and when it comes to this shoe, it's all patent leather right here on the upper around the toe cap. So a lot of people get creasing on the inside of the foot immediately once they wear the shoe. They see kind of like a small little crease right here, and over time it could get either wavy or just crease really hard depending on how they wear their shoe. As you can see right here, I personally wear my pairs super loose. That way I don't have to worry about it creasing right here. If you tie up the sneaker and it's a lot tighter around the foot, it's gonna crease right here immediately and you're gonna have a very nasty crease over time. Another big problem that a lot of people have when it comes to creasing on the Jordan 11 is actually not the patent leather, but the leather tab right here around the back end on the heel of the foot. As you can see right here, I do have some creasing. I wear this shoe pretty often. On the inside of the foot, there's a lot more creasing than there is on the outside of the foot, but there's a lot of different factors that can cause this to happen. From driving, putting the shoe on too fast, a lot of different things. I think one thing that you should always consider when you're rocking the Air Jordan 11, when you get ready to put the shoe on, stick your finger in the back end on the heel right here and slide your foot in, and don't just immediately push your heel down into the leather right here, because that can easily make the shoe crease on the back end. And again, when you're wearing your shoes, be natural. Don't walk crazy. You don't have to worry about the duck walk. It's okay. Everybody deals with creasing. These little things can help you prevent those creases from looking really bad or happening more often. Next up on the list, we have the Retro Air Jordan 3. I think this shoe right here, as you can see, there's some slight creasing. I actually have these stuffed right now, so that's what helps me prevent that creasing and get it out. But once I put the shoe actually on my foot, it definitely kind of eliminates that creasing. I think a lot of people see the creasing on their Jordan 3s typically once they take their shoe off and they're letting it sit while it's sitting on a rack or inside of its display case or something like that. So typically once I'm done wearing the shoe, I'll stuff it like this to kind of eliminate that and stretch out the leather a little bit just to get it back straight and smooth and firm again. But I know this is something that's basically inevitable when it comes to this shoe. Everything else on the shoe, sometimes you'll see creasing right here on the side of the foot just below the ankle area, but that's pretty common as well. I don't think these are too bad, and honestly I have worn these a lot as well, but I try to keep them clean and I try to take care of them. So I think one of my biggest tips and something that I always do is wear my shoes super loose so that way I don't cause that creasing, because when you wear this shoe tight as well, your creasing is going to be really bad. So like I said earlier, one recommendation that I would always give people when it comes to their Jordan 3s, stuff them as soon as you get home and put them away. That way they can sit there and eliminate that creasing. And then once you take that stuffing out, you'll definitely notice the difference between the shoe just sitting without the stuffing or not. I think one big problem a lot of people have with the Jordan 3 in particular is when they look at the toe down, they always notice that crease line across the top of the foot. But when it comes to a natural person just walking down the street and see you rocking the shoe, it looks extremely dope on foot and they don't even really recognize the creasing. I think that's something that us sneakerheads are definitely really overcritical about, but at the same time, a lot of people just don't even really care. They just appreciate the shoe or the colorway. Next up on the list is probably one of the most important things that you guys will hear in this video, and that's gonna be hitting that like button and smashing the subscribe button. We are very close to 1 million subscribers. We only need like 800,000 more, but it's okay. We're really close. Okay, maybe we're not that close, but it is what it is. We'll get there soon. But anyways, on to the next shoe, the Air Jordan 4. Now this is very similar when it comes to the shape and style of the sneaker. Obviously there's some upgrades and differences when it comes to the model in 3s and 4s, but there's a couple of different areas that you're gonna have creasing problems with when it comes to this shoe, and that's actually gonna be the back end right here around the heel. As you can see, there's some slight creasing, and that's from simply putting the shoe on or wearing it and driving and pushing the gas pedal or whatever it may be. That can cause creasing. And another thing that a lot of people have problems with, if you're wearing like a low cut sock or something like that, this plastic piece will actually rub against your Achilles and it is not that comfortable. So one thing that I always recommend for people rocking 4s, always wear some high top socks because it just don't feel that good. Now, one of the biggest problems a lot of people have with Jordan 4s is going to be that same thing, that toe down look and the big old crease that goes kind of diagonally across the middle of the toe box. This is something that is, again, very hard to eliminate just simply on the construction of the shoe. And one complaint that I've heard from a lot of people is the Air Jordan 4 Fire Red that recently came out. The leather feels really solid and it feels really nice, but they actually came low-key kind of creased up on people before they were even able to wear the shoe. So sometimes you'll get a brand new dead stock sneaker fresh out the box and you'll be like, oh, I finally got my first Jordan Retro 4. And then you open the box and you're like, bro, these things are already creased up. It's just something that naturally happens based off of the materials and how the shoe is configured, and we just gonna have to deal with it. My pair actually came in really solid condition compared to some other ones that I've seen online. They do have some slight little bit of creasing, but I honestly got lucky with these ones. Next up on the list is going to be actually a few different Jordan models, and I just kind of want to bundle them all in the same category simply because not everybody even really wears these models that much. But I personally have pairs in my collection and I do have troubles when it comes to these shoes, and that's going to be the Air Jordan 16, 17, and 19. The Air Jordan 16 and 19 both have very similar toe caps on them with the patent leather, and as you can see on the top right here from the toe down, there is definitely creasing and kind of wrinkling on these two shoes, and that's just something that's going to naturally happen just simply based off of the materials, and this is like inevitable. As soon as you rock this shoe, you're just not getting around it. And when it comes to the Air Jordan 17, these also have a very similar toe cap, just in a leather version, and it has that same kind of issue when it comes to that. So if it's patent leather or leather, whatever it may be, it's still gonna crease. And I know we have a bunch of hype beasts viewing the video and nobody cares about the higher numbers, but I'm telling you right now, these are Jordan models and we should appreciate them as well, and I had to mention them in this video. Okay, next up on the list we have the Air Jordan 5. Now this one in particular is a very interesting shoe. As you can see right here, the creasing on the toe box is not that nice and it doesn't look too good, and typically it always happens on the inside of the foot around the big toe. You see that crease, and as soon as you rock them, it's just like something that a lot of people just don't like that, or they'll have the creasing around the back end around the heel, but typically that toe down right there around the big toe, the crease is vicious. So one thing that I have learned to combat that issue over the years is getting darker colored Air Jordan 5s with different types of materials other than the white leather. For example, the Black Grape 5. As you can see right here, it blends in a lot more. The crease isn't nearly as bad and you can't even really see it that much. Even with this old Burgundy 5 that has been worn so many times, there's a huge crease that goes over the top of the toe box and you can't even really see it that much just because of the material. And once you actually put these on foot, nobody even notices. But one thing that you're gonna have to do is probably stay away from the white leather Air Jordan 5s, and that consists of a lot of dope colorways. Fire Red, the other Fire Red, the Stealth, the Grape, and the list goes on. Trust me, there's a lot of bangers with the white leather on them. But I personally have never been a fan of that nasty crease, so because of it, I've always gravitated to the darker colored, different material type Air Jordan 5. Okay, now on to the last and final bonus sneaker on the list, and I think probably a lot of people don't even want to buy this shoe simply because it creases so bad they get so pissed off that they just don't even want to spend the money on it. And a lot of people appreciate this sneaker and love this sneaker, but at the same time, they know the struggle. And that is, I know you know the outsole, the Air Jordan 10. This shoe has a huge leather panel that goes around the front end of the shoe, and these are actually brand new, dead stock, fresh out the box. Still got a crease on the toe. Ridiculous. So when it comes to rocking the Jordan 10, as you can see from these photos, for example, there's definitely gonna be a huge crease that goes over the top of the foot and damn near makes you wanna just turn them into hoopers as soon as you rock them after the first day, or you're gonna have creasing on the back end of the shoe. So yes, the shoe looks amazing on foot and all those different things, but people hate the creasing. And again, this is white leather. So what could you do to combat that issue? Maybe consider something like the Shadow 10. I've actually worn this shoe about 3 or 4 times and cleaned it up, and the creasing, look at that. These look way better than the other one. And I think it's simply because of the materials in the shoe being darker and the suede compared to the leather. And that's what kind of allows you to see more minimal creasing compared to those big marks that go across the toe of the foot. So that was a quick list. I hope this was informational and helpful. Again, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1 million subscribers. No ifs, ands, or buts. I appreciate you guys as always. And yes, there are plenty of other Jordan retros that have problems when it comes to creasing and different models. And honestly, a bunch of different shoes in general, not even just Jordans, Nikes, Adidas, you name it. So if you guys want to see other videos and how to prevent the creasing or why it happens to particular models or anything like that, drop a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I'll see you guys in another one. All right, y'all, I'm out. Yo, if you enjoyed this video and want to grow your collection or make extra money on the side, I built a VIP mastermind that will teach you everything that I've learned about growing my sneaker collection over the past 15 years. This will also give you access to the DNA fam in my VIP community where we talk about investing outside of sneakers. And don't worry, if you don't plan on joining the VIP community, it's okay. I also set up a private DNA fam community that gives you access to all the behind the scenes looks from the studio and multiple chances to win free sneakers and gear from weekly and monthly challenges. So all you need to do is click on the link down below in the description or the first link pinned in the comment section. That will get you set up and into the community. I'm excited to see you guys on the inside. If you guys made it to the end of this video, drop a comment down below in the comment section saying 1 million subscribers. All right, y'all, we gone.